Hey, what's up, guys? Here with another video. Unscripted, off the cuff, take 5 million. This is about map control. Okay? This is one of the most broad concepts in the game. I feel like a lot of people don't understand it that well, especially newer players. And I think once you start to understand map control better, it will help inform your decisions on how you're going to play each round a lot better. Okay? So we're going to start on Mirage because it's a pretty simple map and everybody's played it about 5,000 times in their life. So this is where we're going to start. I might swap over to another map or two at the end just to kind of like show what it looks like on other maps. But we're talking about map control today. Alright? Map control is the broadest strategic concept in this game other than going A or B, right? Okay? So fighting for map control is where the boys become men in this game, right? The difference between a beginner and a somebody who understands this game is map control. Alright, so now that I've yapped a little bit about the importance of map control, let's actually look at it, okay? So, to understand this, we're going to look at our CT side first, okay? We're going to look at a couple of CT side setups, alright? So, if I'm brand new to the game, and I'm told the point of the game is to defend the bomb sites from the T's who want to plant the bomb, okay? So, how am I going to set up my 5 players, alright? Let's just play on site, okay? We've all heard this. We have all heard this, especially when you're a newer player. A lot of people in your matchmaking pugs will be saying this. Let's just play on site, guys. What are we doing? Let's just play on site. Well, let's do that. Let's play on site. Let's put our guys on site. Okay. This is a flawed setup. Okay, and I'm sure a lot of newer players have this feeling that it's wrong, and know that it's wrong, but don't know exactly why. Don't know the why of why it's not great. Okay, so to visualize the problem, I'm going to draw out our map control. Okay, so what is map control? Map control is just really how much of the map you can see and influence, right? So let's see, if we're playing on site, this is as much as we can see and influence, right? This looks flawed, where our entire team is now in 2 bubbles, right? Which allows the T's to do anything they want. They can do anything, and they can attack both objectives from every angle at any time they want. Okay? That's a problem. That is a problem if you're on CT side. Because these guys can waltz through underpass, down mid, you can't even see down connector if you're playing on site. They can waltz into the window, sneak in behind, right? Like, imagine this. This is something that could happen right here. What are the guys on A gonna do? What are they gonna do? They have T's attacking from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 directions. There's 3 guys. If the T's coordinate their attack just a little bit, this is impossible. It's an impossible defense on A site. each guy has to get, one of these guys has to get at least 2 kills. 2 of them have to get at least 2 kills. Right? That's a big ask. That's not good percentage. There's not a good percentage of winning that. Okay? And the same applies for the B site. You know, we can just surround the B site with all of our players and make it impossible. And the T's can do this for free. They don't have to do anything, really. You know, the only information that the CTs are getting is that, oh, there's a guy, they might have seen these guys pass on cat. And even then, all they have to do, the T's would have to do is smoke connector. Right? For $300, they've just surrounded the site for free. For $300 Okay, so now we know, okay, maybe we don't want to just set up all of our guys on the sites because it lets the T's do whatever, because we have no map control. Our map control is very limited. If I redraw this map control real quick, these blobs, what do the T's get? The T's get, look at this. Imagine you're a general in real war, okay? This is the worst situation possible. This is the worst situation possible. You have your forces are split in half, they're isolated, and they're about to be encircled. So this is absolutely unacceptable, right? This is how we lose games, is by setting up on sites. So if you're a newer player and you hear your teammates say, guys, let's just play on sites, muted, my bad. But don't listen. Play your own game, okay? You know better. You're more wise. Okay, so how would we set up, what would be a better setup for our CTs? Look at this setup. You know, we've moved our guys a little more spread out, okay? But now they're not supported by each other or anything. Well, look, this cat guy is here, and this con guy is here. Look, we're now fighting for more of the map. But let's look. This is how much of the map we can see and influence. Wow. Wow. Compare that to this. Compare that to this. Now it's a lot more difficult for the T's, right? Especially this mid region. So mid is where we're going to focus our thought here, okay, for a little bit. Mid is very important on a lot of maps, especially Mirage, and it's for the reason of map control. It's where a lot of the broad strategy is focused, right? Is discovering a way to take mid control. Okay. Now let's go to the T's perspective, okay? Now you're on T side and you think, okay, I now understand that mid is the most important part of the map on Mirage. So this is what we're going to do, guys. We're going to take 5 dudes and we're going to go mid, and we're going to take mid because it's the most important part of the map, and that means we're going to win. Okay, let's play this out. Let's throw some basic utility. We throw smoke here. Maybe a smoke here, right? Maybe we flash out over here or something like that. And we have our guys come out. Oh yeah. Coming out on mid. We got 5 guys at mid. We're taking mid control because we're awesome and we understand map control. Oh yeah. Well, here's the problem. Let's say, you know, we get lucky, we get a cat kill. We could get a kill on cat. Alright? It's 5v1. We got the guy on cat. Okay. Now it's a 5v4. We have the advantage. The T's have the advantage. And now, let's readjust our map control a little bit. Okay? The guy in window's been smoked off. The guy in con's been smoked off. They backed off a little bit, okay? This guy hasn't made a decision on where he's going to go. Well, actually, his cat guy's died. He's going to go towards B, right? All right. The CTs have information that there are at least 4 to 5 guys at mid, okay? The whole team might be at mid from the CT's perspective, okay? Oops. Let's check our map control. CT's with blue. This window area is kind of contested right now, okay? Okay, so the CTs are trying to make a little spearhead into the CT setup, okay? Now, often a common play that happens here is that this guy on B, as soon as there's like, hey, there's like 5 at mid, this guy's gonna push in. Imagine he does this, okay? Imagine he pushes in to apps. He gets the information no one's in apps. Okay, so he keeps pushing. Now he's behind the entire enemy team. Our CT's map control now looks like this. Right? It now looks like this. And I've seen this a million times on Mirage, where the T's focus exclusively on mid, and this is what happens. The T's have no information whatsoever on anything that's going on the CT side. They have no idea. They don't know if the guy window rotated to A or B. They don't know how many guys are on A, how many guys are on B, if the guy in window went to con or B or A or whatever. And the CTs realize this. They have the info. So now they can push their guys into any position they want. Look at this. Look at this. Right? Now the T's don't know what to do. They have no plan. They have no plan. This is where things go sideways, all right? They go sideways because everybody's grouped up here at the bottom of mid. We've all seen it. And then it's like a mad scramble on what to do. And this guy tries to push up con alone because he's like, dude, we have to push out because we have to take more control. We're like stuck at this bottom mid, and then he dies to the guy ticket. And then this guy's like, oh, I'm gonna go B, and then he dies to this guy. Oh, and then the guy top mid comes in and gets 2 kills because he got a flank. Oh man, and it's all falling apart. Why? Why did this happen? We were taking mid. We took the most important part of the map. Well, let's look at the map control. Oh, my bad. Let's look at the map control. Not good. See? Now the T's are getting encircled. Now the T's are opening themselves up to a possibility of getting encircled, and they have no information to plan their next move. They don't know where to go. They have to take a gamble. They have to take a gamble. This is often what happens is if the T's are somewhat more wise, they can kind of be like, okay, let's just scramble some sort of play here. But it's still tough. These guys are coming up cat. this guy is probably going to hear them. He might be sitting here. Guys, there's like, they're running up cat. So this guy's going to run up. He might get the last guy going up. This guy Ticket's going to peek top con. He's going to see another guy. He's going to hit him or kill him. And then the rotate comes in. And now these guys are walking into sight. They have to try to get this lone defender killed without taking any casualties. And now they have to worry about flank, and they have to worry about a whole retake incoming. Okay, this round has become a just total slugfest. Or at best, it's a total slugfest and just an awful round of Counter-Strike I would not want to be playing. And I've played it many times. Okay. So, how do we counteract this? Well, how about we take a couple notes from the CT side, right? Let's spread out across the map and take control of the map more broadly, right? Let's take it a little more broadly and increase our information gain and inform our next decisions more effectively. So let's just change it up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Let's send 2 guys out top mid. 1 guy's going to come underpass, and then 2 guys are going towards A. Okay, let's look at our map control setup now. Okay, let's quickly draw it out. Let's see. This is what it looks like at the beginning of the round. Okay. So the plan now is still we fight for mid control. We fight for mid control with 3 players. The guy's going to come underpass. As soon as he's in position, we have the guys come out top mid. Now we fight for mid. Let's say we do all of the same business, right? We do all the same stuff. Okay? This guy's going to be stuck here. Right? Then the T's coordinate. It's the same. Let's imagine exactly the same situation as last round, where this guy comes out and tries to get a kill. Let's say they trade. Okay. Okay. Now the T's have mid control. See, now there's been a battle for mid, and this is a lot more of an interesting round of Counter-Strike, if you ask me. This is where the beauty of the game comes in, right? Now look at this. Okay, before we had all of our guys in mid and we were concentrated to this small circle here, but now we have some guys towards A, right? Okay. And these guys are throwing utility and gathering information on their own, right? So now these guys are distracted, right? These guys have to deal with the A players, the A pressure incoming from ramp and from Palace. And this window guy who's been pushed off by the smoke, he has to try to deal with 2 players and also juggle with the idea that these guys could just go B and one or two of the A players could just retreat and they could hit B, right? The T's have the information that, okay, probably 1 on B, it's a typical setup. And these A guys are gathering info and they know that there are at least 2 on A right now. So the only unknown is this window player. This is a very, very, very common situation. This has happened in a million rounds of Counter-Strike and will continue to be this way. So now the T's have more options and the CTs have less options, right? This is where mid control is so powerful, because now the T's can plan to assault the site from 2 directions, right? And take a 4v3 or a 2v1 and a 2v2 here, right? As they assault the site. Or Or they have the option to completely pivot their plan, right? Throw some utility and force this window guy to actually commit to A. And in the meantime, one of these guys is going to rotate the apps, and now it's a 3v1 on B, right? As this guy just is going to be throwing utility or shooting guys and distracting these three. This is the power of map control. And this is why mid is so powerful in this map. You can't focus exclusively on mid, or else you lose the advantage and gain no information. So you need to spread out a little bit to gain information, contest map control, and pin CTs in their places on maps, right? Like these guys on A can't just ignore the dude in Palace until they've spotted the bomb on B. Because for all they know, if they leave and say, yeah, there's definitely only one guy in Palace, and they don't know that for a fact, well, then this guy is like, oh, they've left. Oh, okay. Let's come back and plant the bomb. Done. This is the power of map control. So, use it in your own games, okay? How do you do that? How do you use it in your own games? This is the ultimate conclusion of this video, okay? Create your own little plan at the beginning of your round, okay? We're talking about both sides here, but mainly T side, okay? Because most newer players are a little lost on exactly what they should be doing. So, beginning of the round, create your own personal plan, formulate an idea of what you're going to do. An example might be, I'm going to go mid, and I'm going to smoke top mid, and that's as far as I've thought, right? This is my plan. This is what you're thinking in the buy round. Okay, now your plan can be adjusted a little bit as the first 10 seconds of the round start to occur. Okay, imagine your teammates. See, all your teammates have their own little plans, you know? Like this guy's like, I'm going to lurk out Palace. I'm going to get a kill with an op on ramp. I'm going to throw utility so we can take A. I'm going to help take mid control. I'm going to take mid control, okay? Everybody has their own little personal plan, and as the round is starting, you start to kind of tweak your plan depending on where your teammates are on the map. Pay attention to where your teammates are. And so now with this setup, you start to formulate, okay, let's try to like do things with the goal of going towards A. After we take mid, we're going to take an approach towards A. And now your round is underway. And you have a plan. Now you just have to react to what happens in the round. So it's not super challenging. Just think of a way where you can contribute to map control. So let's say this happens all the time. Let's say all of your teammates go towards A. Okay, you're orange. You're like, maybe I don't want to let the CT side get all that map control for free. So you're like, all right, I'll go top mid and I'll throw this smoke and I'll throw flashes and spam the smoke and be a nuisance at mid so I can keep at least 2 guys here and free up the rest of my team to take A a little bit easier. Maybe I'll take catch rotations, you know? Here you're providing so much more impact than if you're just 5-manning onto A, right? So try to fit yourself into the piece of that puzzle when it comes to map control, right? Formulate your plan, tweak your plan according to where your teammates are going, and try to fight for map control and gather information for your team and keep your options open. This is the idea behind the point of map control. Point of map control is to increase your options as the round progresses, right? The more options you have goes the opposite way for the CT sides. The more options the T side has, the less the CTs know, right? Because if one team can do 50 things, you can't plan for 50 things. But if they can only do 5, then you can make a much better plan, right? So, this is the idea behind map control. Keeping the options open, making a simple plan regarding yourself each round, and trying to be impactful in map control. If you can be impactful with map control, you don't even have to get a kill, and you can be pushing the ball forward and making it easier on your teammates. That's what it's really about. It's really about making it easy on you and the rest of your team to get a win. Alright, anyway, thanks for listening. Hopefully this wasn't too long. Well, 25 minutes, but, you know, whatever. We had to go over it. Broad stroke concept. You know. Anyway, see ya.